Welcome, friends, to Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter. We bring you the greatest female voices in the music industry, from the artists, songwriters, and producers, to managers and executives, and all the women who make the music industry what it is today. Thank you for joining us.
Try again.
Welcome, friends, to 20 Crazy Questions with Rebecca.
Woo!
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Yeah, we need a drum roll. Don't we for the time?
We should.
That was a terrible drum roll.
I can ask some drummer friends for a drum roll. You know, they could.
I think we need one.
Record one, send me one. They probably have one on standby on their phone. Like, here, so just use this, please. Yeah.
All right then. So first question, nice and easy. Do you sleep with your bedroom door open or closed?
I sleep with my bedroom door. That's hard to answer for me because I have a studio apartment, so the door is closed because it would be outside if I didn't. If I left it open. But if it were a singular room, I would definitely keep it closed regardless. So I think the answer is closed.
Closed. Let's go on.
Do you have any guilty pleasure music? If so, what is it?
Guilty pleasure music. Yeah, I would say there's actually like a couple children's albums that I used to listen to when I was younger. One from Tanya Goodman and another one from an artist. His name was Jonathan Sprout, or his Jonathan Sprout. And sometimes I'll like dig those up from childhood and just rock out to them because I'm like, this is brilliant music. One is very sensitive, sweet sort of lullaby type thing, and then Jonathan's music was very like silly, and sometimes it just I put on and I reminisce.
Oh, why not? That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, if you're having a bad day, what is your feel-good TV show or film?
Let's see, my favorite thing to put on to just be mindless would I love the movie Serendipity, which I guess that is sort of a rom-com about being in the present and letting life happen. So I think there's probably a deeper meaning to it when I
there's so much more to that than what meets the eye. Yeah, I like that.
Yes. Okay, finish this line. Today, my favorite song is.
Today, my favorite song is Both Sides Now. I often gravitate towards that one. It comes up often. I think it fits lots of moments, especially right now. There's a lot of heaviness in the air, a lot of intensity of what the future may hold, and that song, it digs deep and it encourages people to, their thoughts. What you see might not meet the eye, and just to trust that it's going to work out. Although it has a very melancholy message to it, when you're listening to it, but you got to kind of learn to let go and surrender to life.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think we all need to do that every now and then. Okay, what is your favorite sporting event?
My favorite sporting event, running. Running is my favorite sporting event, which is something that in sort of the second half of my life has sort of taken form. I was more of a gymnast, equestrian type of person, younger, in my younger years. And I still enjoy that, but I really got into endurance, long distance running, and what that's like to just be able to go, put your shoes on and run 12 miles and, still be standing, that type of thing. I don't run as far as I used to, but every once in a while I'll put my shoes on and I'm like, it can feel so easy, but most days it's not. But you're like always chasing that one time again where it's going to be like so easy.
Easy again, yeah.
You feel like a superhero.
Tell us, if you ever wrote a book, what genre would it be?
If I wrote a book, it would be reality based. It'd be, a biography type of thing of telling my personal stories, just the truth, for sure.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love
There's
that.
some good tour stories, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple good ones. I have a friend that was a
Sure.
drummer. She said someone tried to hit on her. She slapped him with their drumstick and never missed a beat. I'm like, oh my God. I could see her doing it too. So
Now that is very cool. I like that. That's a great one. Okay. If you could write with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dolly Parton came to mind.
Oh,
I can, she's so wonderful and yet so profound and so deep, and she can take topics that are really heavy and turn them into light, and she's just so clever and quick about it. So it would be a dream.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool.
So tell us something on your bucket list.
Bucket list. Going to Portugal. Specifically the Azores, where my grandfather came over with his family. Portugal in general, but the Azores seem to be calling me more and more as the years go by, and just the magic of a volcanic island, kind of like the concept of Hawaii, but it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful with, mountainous, and although I don't think they call them mountains because it's the terrain there and hydrangeas full in pictures.
That'd be fun. That'd be cool. Okay. If your life was a reality show, what would it be called?
If my life was a reality show, it would be like a hybrid of Punky Brewster meets J-Lo, just antics, but really emotional, dramatic moments of, like, Punky Brewster being silly with bright colors and wild characteristics, but also moments of like, here I am, I'm this sharp featured person and coming in. But I think a lot of it would revolve around laughter.
Oh, I love that. That is awesome. That would be fun. That'd be one I'd actually watch, I think.
Yeah. Definitely a cool mix there.
Yeah.
Oh, so tell us, what's the last thing you read?
The last thing that I read, it's been a while. I go through these phases where I read, and then like literally a year will go by and I haven't read a thing. So, gosh, I have to really think hard because it has been a while. I'm looking at some books right now on my stool that I put there to read, and I have not read yet. I'm trying to think of that one that's in my other room. I read a lot of like I forgot what it's called. It's called emotional. A lot of psychology books lately. That's what I've been into. I can't think of the name. It'll come back to me, and I'll message you. But it's been a while.
It's all good.
Which artist would you like to do a duet with?
Well, I just got to do a duet with Shy Carter, which was like so bucket list awesome and so special for me. So I feel, I got a little of that out of my system. But if I were to do a duet, let's see, Rag and Bone Man, I really love what he does. Incredible artist. Joni Mitchell, gosh, that would be amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Those great options. So tell us, do you have a game plan for the zombie apocalypse?
I've talked about it with friends. If there was a catastrophe or a nuclear something that happened, and there's all these places that people say, go to higher ground and whatnot. There's where I live, there are a lot of people that have prepared, for like whatever is coming their way. And I'm like, I know their addresses and I know their houses. And I'm gonna go to that neighbor's house. Literally, they're prepared. I'm not worried about a thing. I'm just thinking optimistically, but they are totally prepared.
I love that.
That's perfect. We're just going to the neighbor's house. It's all good.
That's cool.
Yes.
Android or Apple?
I have an iPhone and a MacBook as of right now. just by habit. I just, it's, for me, it's user friendly. So that's why I like it. And I
Awesome.
think also in the line of work I'm in, there's a common language. It's sometimes easier to
Yeah.
function, with other people that are using those same products.
Mm.
So you're obviously not talking to me because I have Samsung, but that's okay.
That's okay.
It's all
That's
good.
okay.
It's all
Yeah.
So when
good.
you see that
I have
green
plenty of close
text,
friends that have, Android. So
Mine's all Apple. Everything's Apple, so it all communicates really well. So
yeah,
makes my life easier.
agreed.
okay. So hypothetically, if I text you and said, I probably wouldn't text you, I'd probably call you. Said, Rebecca, I have a dead body. Do you know a good hiding place?
I would probably be very, very concerned, and I would say no. I don't. I don't know a good
It's
hiding
justified, I
place,
promise.
It's justified.
and I probably shouldn't get involved.
Okay, so I'm crossing off the list of people to call.
Yeah, don't call Rebecca. That's funny. Okay, if you owned a bar, what would you call it?
Oh, if I owned a bar, it would be something comical, something. Gosh, this is a hard question on the spot. The Funny Farm? I don't know, something like
That's a that is a great name for a bar, the Funny Farm. That's great. I love
that's
that.
a great question.
That is very cool.
If we make a movie about your life tomorrow and include the Funny Farm,
Uh-huh.
who would you want to play you?
Let's see. Who would play me? I guess that's a really hard question. What I'm trying to think of the woman's name that was in Mary. I think it's Mary something. She was in the show Weeds. I can't think of her name.
Oh, yes, I know who you mean. I can't think of her name either.
But
I
a
know
lot of
exactly.
people say I look like her. So in terms of like a doppelganger, like it would probably be her. And if it were somebody that was sort of my similar personality, maybe like Phoebe from Friends.
Oh, that'd be cool. You mean Mary Louise Parker?
Yes,
Thank
correct.
you.
Yeah.
Joy's had my
Exactly.
laptop right in front of me. I can just look quickly.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know.
I can have a look. I don't know. I've never watched Weeds, so I have no idea who's in there. So.
Maybe it's me, but the first few seasons
Yeah.
were really good, and then kind of just went into this weird, and I'm like, what? Like, this couldn't happen. Like, the first few seasons, I'm like, this could happen. This could really happen. Then it just got kind of a little crazy, but it was good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she or Phoebe from Friends, Lisa Kudrow, or maybe Drew Barrymore too. I could picture that.
Just put them
And
all
hopefully Keanu Reeves will be my counterpart in it.
I love that.
Love him so
I love
much.
that. He's a very cool guy. Okay, what's your guilty pleasure food?
I would say nachos. I have loved nachos since I was like young. It's salsa, chips, cheese, jalapenos, olives, bring it on.
Awesome.
It's the best.
That's cool.
What is the weirdest thing in your fridge?
The weirdest thing in my fridge right now would be like a really ridiculous amount of hot sauces and varieties of hot sauces. It's like absurd how many I have.
She likes her food hot. There you go.
Yes.
Okay, if you were an animal, what would you be?
If I was an animal, I would be. I just had this conversation last night with a friend. A hedgehog.
A hedgehog, that's a new one.
What? Why? Why hedgehog?
They're just cute, and they're just roly-poly and sweet and adorable.
I love that roly-poly. I've never heard a hedgehog being described as roly-poly, but they are. They are very cute.
Yeah, they're adorable. They're cute.
I love it.
I think that's because we go into the gaming world. We go into Sonic. We think Sonic right away. Like,
Yeah.
That's why we're
Yeah.
like, oh, it is cute and really play when you think about the actual game. Well, we think about the game and we're like, no, it's not cute. It's tough. It's
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
you
Sonic is
see
like,
videos of them being pet because people have rescued them and saved them, and it's very
Yeah.
cute. And they're, when they're lying on their backs and they've got little,
yeah.
there you go.
Oh. So last but not least, tell us something you would never do.
I would never go skydiving, I don't think. It's too much for me.
It's awesome.
I can imagine it is just like so epic, but I think it would stress me out too much. So I enjoy seeing other people's experience of it.
I must admit, I almost had a heart attack, especially before you jump, because they hang you out of the plane and the guy you're attached to is in the plane. I'm just hanging there thinking, and then you're out. And
What happens if I fall off? No.
God,
Yeah.
once you're out, it's so surreal. But it happens quick because you're falling, so you don't even feel like you're falling. You just feel like, And the next minute, the parachute comes out and you go. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing. But yeah, I can understand how people would freak out with it.
Yeah.
But,
It feels like, I know like the statistics are pretty darn good. I have a friend I went to college with that does it all the time. My friend Jim, he actually produced my Sirius satellite radio record. That's a live record that I put out in 2009. And he does, he's like got those like bat suits, like he does. He's probably done, I don't know, 1,000 jumps or something at this point. I have no idea, but it's like I live vicariously through him, and I'm like, that's enough for me to see your videos and you doing it.
That's very cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is for sure. I'm right there with you. I'm on the fence. I haven't done it yet. I thought about doing it, but just not sure.
You should do it. It's amazing. Or you can do indoor skydiving. Have you ever tried that? I've done that as well, which is very cool. So you don't have that whole jumping out of the plane thing, but you get the whole sensation of floating and everything else, which is quite cool. And you're only about 10 feet above the ground, so you're not going to hurt yourself. It's all padded.
yeah.
See, that sounds like something I could do easily. That sounds like
that's quite cool.
That'll be my go-to.
All right, we'll schedule it and I'll do it together.
There you go.
Okay.
On video.
I like it.
Thanks again for joining us, Rebecca, and talking through our crazy questions. Even though we can't call you for dead people, we got it.
Yep.
Yes, sorry about that.
The zombie apocalypse, so.
I'm very much a rule follower, so it'd be like, can't do this morally.
I understand. It's okay. But you are still welcome back anytime. And thank you, friends, for joining us. Make sure you check out the full interview if you haven't already. And we'll see you next time.
Adios.
If you enjoyed today's episode of Crazy Women Country, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Be sure to click the subscribe button for new interviews weekly. And thank you, friends, for joining us today on Crazy Women Country, where women's voices matter.